Hey guys, this is the first of many videos I'll be shooting to walk through the creation of my Daenerys Targaryen cosplay. This wig is from the Five Woods and cost $40. Unfortunately, it's pre-styled for early Dany and not ultimately what I needed. I may use it for a different version of her later on though. If you want more information about this wig, I'll link it here or below, probably both. Okay, the wig I ended up getting for her is actually from Arda. They have a new style in. This is some progress, but I'll go through that later. And I'm really sorry about the lighting. The lighting we have coming in here is midday, to give you an idea. And my wig head is beautiful. But alright. This wig is called the Dany, appropriately. And it's a lace front, and you can't really see it very well from here. I'll have a different wig head for the later styling, and you'll get a better idea of it. But the Dany also has a lace part, which is not helpful if you want to do any side parting on this wig, but very helpful for slicking it back, and just having a natural looking part if you wear a natural wig cap. Your hair will show through, or any weird colored or black wig caps will show if you wear them underneath this and leave the part present, and that's just a heads up. Make sure you get a natural wig cap or you're already without hair. Okay, on Arda's website this wig runs roughly $72. It was about $76 after shipping for me, and that is a steep price to pay for some cosplayers. And that's originally why I didn't go with an Arda wig. And I love Arda, I really do. I usually buy from them, but I saw this was cheaper and didn't realize it was the wrong one for my purposes. But if you can save up the money, or if you have enough already, definitely go for this wig. Now, I'm going to have to do some styling, obviously, but their fibers are heat resistant as usual, so it'll be really easy. And what I have started here, and I know my wig head is really distracting, I didn't think about that. But what I have started here is just braiding it into small little pieces, because the texture isn't right for the Dany I intend to cosplay, which is the leather armor version she's wearing, spoiler, when she goes to the tower to find her little babies, because, you know, but here's the original texture, and it does work for some of her outfits and costumes and that kind of thing, but it's not what I need. I need it when it's more of that that crimped look, which I don't know who's doing her hair this much or when they find time. We're just gonna say it's Jorah. So once I go around the entire head, what I'm going to do is use hot water and jump it over it as it is, let it dry, and then I'm going to unbraid it. And I'll show you the process. It's really easy. If you have a wig style that you need texture like this, you can do it with all of Arda's, anything with heat resistant fiber. It's just hot water, and unless you pour boiling water on a lot of synthetic wigs, it's not going to melt it. So I do a test piece first if you're really not sure. So as I said, these are going to be a series of videos. First we're going to do the wig because I have everything I need for that. Next we'll do a makeup tutorial. I'm going to try some different techniques, and when I find the most natural and accurate looking one, then I will recreate it on video for any of you who want to cosplay the same version as I intend to. Then we'll get on to the harder part, which will be the construction of the I guess you'd call it a tunic. It's not quite a dress, but whatever you would call it. And then lastly will be the armor, which I will be crafting out of real leather. You can do it out of vinyl, but I'll try to be as detailed as I can. The reason I want to do leather is because I'll be able to mold it much more easily. It'll be more accurate, but it is expensive, and if you can't afford it, do vinyl. Or some people do really good armor work out of foam or Worbla. I'm not really good with either of those materials, and that's unfortunate because at least foam is a lot cheaper and it can be made to look really good. But hopefully you'll get an idea of the patterns. I'm not going to put the exact patterns up online because it takes a lot of work to make them and to mock them up, and people pay money for those things. And I'm not trying to be greedy. It's just when you spend a whole lot of time on something, it can just be really frustrating when people expect you to give it away for free. But I'll post the step-by-step videos, and hopefully you can get a really great idea of how to do it yourself and how to make your own mock-ups and things like that. Okay, so wig's gone because it's a little itchy, and I needed to shoot the rest of this video before I lost daylight. There's not a lot of light in my room otherwise, so I need to work as fast as I can here. I do apologize about my state. I just got out of the shower and hurried to make this just because I'm going to have a lot more to do, and I want to try to get 1 or 2 done per week. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just very vaguely go through the braiding process, and it's really easy. You probably don't need a tutorial for this, but just for those who don't know or are just here because there will eventually be a full compilation, I'm just going to show you so we're not missing any steps. And it's simple. If you can figure out a basic 3-part braid, you are golden for this. Alright, so there we have it. This is the end of braiding part 1, and as you can see, they're not consistent, but they're all close to the same size, and that's really all you need. A little hint is to leave some of the hair towards the top alone. Don't braid it tight up against this because her hair is smooth towards the top, and it'll make it a lot easier to work with when we go to the next step. Right, for now, what happens next is just get some fairly piping hot water. Get enough to cover the entire head. Some people can just use it out of the tap. If yours gets hot enough, that's great. Just use your own judgment for that. I would not get boiling hot water because that is not necessary in the slightest. And you could hurt yourself, and we don't need to do that for cosplay. But it happens to the best of us. Anyway, once you get that, pour it over the braids, make sure you soak it pretty good, and then just let it sit. Then you wait for it to dry, and then you unbraid your hour or so of work here. It may not take you that long. I'm just slow and had a few run-ins the first couple times, but you may get it done in 30 minutes if you're not being picky to start with like I was. Alright, so it's dark, and I'm going to go treat this with hot water, and I will get back to you next time.